Berbera's strategic value, Ethiopia's window, America's anchor. Ports can be mirrors, ports can be magnifiers. For Somaliland, Berbera is both, reflecting its request for recognition and magnifying its leverage as the Red Sea's most overlooked gateway. For Ethiopia, Berbera could be the hinge on which its sovereignty, trade security, and regional influence turn. I am Samia Mohammed, and this is Analytica Today. Berbera is not just a port, it's a proposition. For Ethiopia, it promises stability in an unstable region, an alternative to dependence on Djibouti, and direct access to its 120 million consumers. For the United States, it offers the most advantageous entry point into East Africa's 530 million people. Today's analysis traces how Berbera's stability translates into strategic value, why Somaliland has become an indispensable power broker without recognition, and how Ethiopia's choices may redefine the Horn's balance of alliances for decades to come. Ethiopia's over-reliance on Djibouti remains structural fragility. More than 95% of its imports and exports funnel through a single corridor. A choke point, whether diplomatic or logistical, is not just an inconvenience, it's a national threat. Diversification is not luxury, it's the foundation of sovereignty. Berbera provides a corridor that is both accessible and politically viable, resting in one of the Horn's few consistently stable territories. For Addis Ababa, the Berbera option offers something Djibouti cannot: reduced dependence, strategic depth, and partnership with a neighbor whose interests align more with Ethiopian security than with foreign rent-seeking. The sinking geography defines opportunity, but politics defines access. Berbera sits only 260 kilometers from Ethiopia's border, connected by an expanding highway project backed by Gulf investors. Its natural deep water capacity makes it one of the few ports in the region capable of handling large-scale trade growth. Unlike Djibouti, Berbera is not saturated by competing foreign militaries. Unlike Eritrea, it does not weaponize scarcity. Instead, Somaliland has positioned Berbera as both an economic hub and a diplomatic calling card. Every shipment through Berbera is not just a cargo, it's a statement. It signals Somaliland's credibility, Ethiopia's resilience, and the potential to reorder Red Sea logistics away from monopolized dependency. Diplomacy indoctrined by dogs, the 2024 Ethiopia-Somaliland MOU revealed the latent power of Berbera. Ethiopia's pursuit of formal access immediately triggered ripple effects. Somalia protested, Gulf actors recalculated, and external powers discreetly assessed. The lesson is clear. In the Horn, ports are not neutral. Every agreement over docking rights, revenue sharing, or infrastructure doubles as foreign policy. For Ethiopia, that means recognition cannot be separated from logistics. To anchor Berbera as a reliable corridor, Addis Ababa must treat Somaliland as a partner, not a placeholder. And for Somaliland, the path to recognition runs through demonstrating that stability can serve as the most valuable currency in a fractured region. Great powers and local rent-takers, the United States increasingly views Berbera as the optimal gateway to East Africa. Unlike Djibouti, where great powers jostle for military bases, Berbera offers unencumbered access, commercial and strategic, without the entanglement of overlapping foreign rivalries. This is precisely where Ethiopia's interests converge with Washington's. A recognized Somaliland will not only secure Addis Ababa's lifeline, but also provide the US with a stable ally along one of the world's most contested waterways. In this equation, small littorals profit by becoming indispensable. Somaliland does so through stability, Djibouti through rent-taking. For Ethiopia, the choice is stark. Align with rentier model or with stability model. Economic levers and policy responses, the economic case is undeniable. Ethiopia bleeds billions through inflated tariffs and inefficiencies in Djibouti. Transit delays, congested services, and political leverage weigh down its growth. Berbera offers an antidote: lower costs, diversified supply chains, and access backed by a government eager for partnership. Yet economics alone will not suffice. Ethiopia must repair investment with recognition. That means structuring bilateral agreements around industrial zones, shared infrastructure, and revenue sharing models that convert Somaliland from an unrecognized entity into a dependable economic partner. For Somaliland, recognition is not merely symbolic, it's an operational guarantee. It transforms Berbera from a secondary option into a secure corridor shielded by diplomatic legitimacy. The road ahead, two scenarios loom. In one, Ethiopia seizes the moment, it recognizes Somaliland, secures Berbera, and anchors its supply chain in a corridor defined by stability. This recalibration strengthens Addis Ababa autonomy, gives Washington its preferred entry point, and reduces the incentive for littorals to exploit Ethiopian vulnerability. On the other hand, hesitation prevails. Berbera remains underutilized, recognition stalls, and Ethiopia continues pleading leverage to Djibouti's rentier politics. Somaliland, denied recognition, risks drifting into external alignments less favorable to Ethiopia. The choice is not just tactical, it's generational. Ports shape sovereignty. Recognition shapes alliances, and timing shapes outcomes. Ethiopia cannot afford delay. Ports can be choke points or conduits. Berbera embodies the latter, a gateway to stability, a bridge to East Africa, and a corridor that could redefine Ethiopia's strategic posture. For Ethiopia, the task is immediate. Move from memorandum to recognition, from provisional access to permanent partnership. For Somaliland, the opportunity is clear. Position itself as Ethiopia's natural ally and America's anchor in the Horn. The Horn's future will be written in the politics of access. The question is whether Ethiopia and Somaliland will write that chapter together or leave it to the others to dictate. I am Samia Mohammed, and this has been Analytica Today.